So quite a bit of time has elapsed since we last had a bit of a catch-up, as it were, and we've done quite a bit. You know, we're quite far down the into the rabbit hole, down the rabbit hole, up the rabbit hole. A lot of water has travelled into the rabbit hole. So where we are at the moment is obviously we're quite, you know, sparse. We've got fork sorted, carburetor sorted, brakes sorted, and hopefully we've got everything that we need to stick things back together, which now brings us to kind of the cosmetic side, which is where we might deviate from what might be expected or what have you, because the real way of dealing with all of this lovely rust that we've got in several parts of the frame, none of it is in any way, shape or form structural, it's just got through the paint. But the best way and the way that, you know, you deal with this normally is you take everything off down to the frame, strip the frame down to the metal, and either powder coat or spray or whatever from there. There are two things that I don't have to make that happen. The first one is time, and the second one is money. Now I know that money equals time and time equals money, so they don't cancel each other out, you know.
I heard the snap!
Anyway, I haven't got either of them. So what we're doing is we're going to do the best we can with what we got. Now I have managed to get hold of some colour matched paint. Once we've cleaned everything up and we've got all the rust sorted and flattened off and converted with lactan, we're going to give it a bit of a blow in. We're going to mask everything off and we're going to make it look nice, and then we're going to give it a bit of a clear coat so it looks nice again. And hopefully, if we do it right and we do it good and we put our, you know, it shouldn't take too long and it shouldn't cost too much money. So it'll look good. Trust me, I say I've done this before. I kind of haven't done it like this. Is that going to go under there? Is that going to go under there? Oh, it's like it was meant to be. We've had quite the, you know, and I went to take all this off last night, this mudguard that's fitted into, and there's that much stuff connected to it, like the regulator, you know, to get that off you've got to get the shock absorber out, to get the shock absorber out, you've got to get the preload system out, and to do that you've got to move half the cables out of the way, and it became a little bit of a thing. And of course, because all of this was rotten, all the fixings were rotten, they've all snapped. So we've got some fun going to go on with the hardware because we're going to have to replace it. And a lot of the hardware, you can't necessarily just replace because they're these special Honda shoulder bolts. And thanks to Brexit, you can't order after anymore. I know one in the UK stocks it because why would they? So yeah, that's progress for you. We're going to have to improvise, just like they did doing Zivor. We're going to give this a good go, and I'll get you in. You can see what I mean with this, you know, and what the plan is. I'll get you in a bit closer in a second, but that's basically where we are, and that's what we're going to do. I think the only thing left to do, to be perfectly honest with you, is to have a crack. So what you should be seeing here is the extent of, you know, that, and it's quite a lot, and it's gonna be interesting to see how we're gonna get in there and sort a lot of this out. I don't want the to move, or you know, because it's, like you said, doing this with a functioning bike is. You can see where we're coming from. We got a lot of work. I mean, for God's sake, look at it. We'll etch this as well after. Because if you don't get this right, it will come back through. Another good thing about this stuff is it doesn't necessarily matter about the rest of it, because it will find the rust and the patch that you coat and it will have a go at it. So we can go back over this with some thinners after and clean off the excess. You can't put it on too thick, otherwise it won't actually work. It won't react properly. It's got to have a bit of oxygen, and too much prevents that from occurring. So we've got to make sure that we've not put too much on. You can see what's occurring, yeah? And when this is dried off a bit now, well, by a bit I mean quite a lot, we'll be able to flat it down a bit more. We'll prime it where we need to prime it, and then we're going to give it a coat of colour. Well, after we've covered everything in paper, but there you go. I'm alright with this. I think that if we do this properly and we go to the next stage and we mask everything up, I think this will work fine, and I got no problem with taking this forward now. So I'm going to crack on. I'm going to get that bit there with some stuff now, but I'm going to start masking stuff up, because I think that we'll be fine, and we need to get this moving forward. Let's have a crack. Wrapping Christmas presents. I mean, you can't tell what it is, can you? It's brilliant. We've now had this is a drying coat of Passivate, which is a very rich zinc primer. Good for bit of metal. It's a bit like an etch primer. It's really good stuff. I actually got to get some more of it. The masking's gone in all the right places and what have you. We're gonna wait for this to go off. Hit it with another coat, and then once we've done the other coat and we're happy with everything that's going on there, we'll have a look at putting some finishing touches on it, and then I get to unwrap it. This is the prep work that and I don't pretend know
You know, I've done a bit, you know, a lot of people have done a bit, but I'm not a painter and decorator by trade, so, you know, sometimes this is cathartic, other times you just want to get stuff done, because, you know, well, you've got to get on with things, and you want to see the results. I mean, if we wanted to do this properly, we could have, should have, probably stripped it properly and taken it out, taken the engine out and done all that. But that wasn't the name of what we were trying to do. And I know that some of you are probably sat there now, screaming, going, take the bloody engine out, it's less hassle in the long run. Well, I don't think it is. I'm not too worried about these here, because this here, the bit that we're giving the thing here, is the only bit that's visible. All of this is behind the cowlings, and as long as it's rust proof, which it should be considering what we put on it all together, I don't care. Yeah, hopefully we've got a colour match on the paint, because it looked alright when I matched it up, and it looked alright when I tested it, but you never know until it's too late, do you? Oh, you idiot. I'm pretty pleased with the way that's come out. We're looking pretty damn good. I can't see any major flaws. Struggling to see any flaws at all, other than what we already know is there with, you know, this pitting that we've mostly got rid of, but you know. So what we've got to do now, and you've got to let it go off, but not harden, because you're supposed to put a clear coat on it kind of before it's gone proper hard. So we're going to give it 20 minutes, we're going to have a tidy up, we're going to mix a bit of clear coat, and we're going to hit it with a coat of that and see what happens. A light coat. Alright, and some idiot in the car park up there ragging his 1.2 Corsa. Brilliant. Give the clear coat a go. That's had about 12 hours to go off. I'll be honest, it's turned out better than I could have ever expected. I've got one run, which I'm not going to show you because you don't need to see it. The colour match on it appears to be pretty good. I doubt it's perfect, but we'll find out this now. But we're going to get all of this off here and find out whether we should have taken the engine out the frame or not. I think we did well. I think that this is, you know, it might be a little bit of overspray on one or two bits and pieces, but nothing a bit of thinners can't fix. We're gonna dig into this. I couldn't be happier, to be honest with you. The colour match is... You can see that there, and that's where I put the old piece back on. You can also see how it blends. Or I'd say there's a line there. The new paint is darker, but not by much. And I'll be honest with you, I think it's good enough for the girls that we go out with, you know. So I think that we are now going to have to start putting this back together.
It's alright, that.